everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome, and welcome to the great film Throwback Project, Round 1, Part 2. Once again, I am so happy that I got so many great comments in regards to people who were participating in me deciding which of these 50 films that I have chosen that I have never seen before, which of them are going to be the 12 that are going to be watched and reviewed in 2019, with a couple more years of Throwback Days to follow. So, as promised, before we get into the next couple of films that are going to be up for the battling, I wanted to just give you guys a little bit of an update as to what the results for Round 1, Part 1 were. I gotta say that it was a very tough competition. It really went down to the wire, and the movies that have officially made the first cut are Vertigo, All About Eve, and On the Waterfront. All About Eve was actually a movie that you guys were raving about, so I am so glad to know that this is a movie that everybody has been praising and one that I'm very excited to see in the coming years. But before we get into the next couple of films that need to be announced for the battling, I wanted to also go through all of the comments and read some of your recommendations, and more importantly, let you guys know if I did in fact see them or if not. So if you'll just bear with me, I've got my laptop right here, and we're going to scroll down, and all of these people, you're all getting plugs to your channels. I'm not going to put them in the description box. Basically, there will be a link to the first part of the first round in the box at the end of the video, so you could go to that video and take a look at all the comments, because I'm not going to be missing anybody that has officially commented. So, I'm going to first go with Beautifully Bookish Bethany. The movies that she suggested were That Thing You Do, Galaxy Quest, and Mystery Men. Yes, I've seen all three of them. They're not really my favorite films, but I did in fact see Galaxy Quest and Mystery Men in theaters, and I have to say that Mystery Men was definitely an interesting comic book movie. I mean, the cast is great. You know, you got Ben Stiller, Janine Garofalo, William H. Macy, just to name a few, and it's definitely an interesting take on the comic book film. It's definitely out there, I have to admit that. Galaxy Quest is also a great spoofing of Star Trek, but personally, as fun as that movie is, I kind of think that the Orville, that new show on Fox, did it a little bit better. Now we've got Charles Rubichung. I want to make sure that I pronounce all these names, so please, I apologize if I get them wrong. And you mentioned Jaws, Godzilla, and The Godfather. Well, it is impossible for me to be the movie appreciator that I am and have not seen The Godfather. As a matter of fact, I love The Godfather. I have all three of the films in a box set. And yes, I will be reviewing those movies in a fandom feature in the future. And I did see Jaws, but I gotta tell you, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I know that it's one of the most amazing films of all time, one of Steven Spielberg's greats, the one that pretty much gave us the summer blockbuster, but not really a fan. And I did see the 1996 Godzilla, but I never saw the original one, but maybe I should at some point in time. And then we've got Emily Boone, who mentioned Cinema Paradiso, Nosferatu, and Nightmare. I have never seen Nosferatu or Nightmare, but Nosferatu is a movie that I do plan on seeing at some point in time. And yes, I did see Cinema Paradiso. It was a very good film. It was a little bit hard for me to watch because I have a real issue with reading subtitles while watching movies, but it was a very good story. I really did appreciate it. Cammie over at Cammie's Corner, she recommended also Nosferatu, Metropolis, and Citizen Kane. I hate Citizen Kane, Cammie. I'm sorry. I saw that movie in a film class in college. I don't understand what the big deal about that movie is. I thought that it was boring, I thought that it was dull, and I did not enjoy that movie. The fact that they call that the greatest film of all time, I'm still questioning it in my eyes. Metropolis I actually just saw last year on Halloween, and I'll put a link to the review of Metropolis for you so you can check it out. And then we've got A Bear and Bee Books Samantha. She recommended to me Rear Window, About Time, and Coming to America. I have not seen Rear Window or About Time, but I mean, how could I be a fan of Eddie Murphy's and not see Coming to America? Crazily enough, I don't own the movie. I mean, when it comes to his great comedies, I will always take Trading Places and Beverly Hills Cop before Coming to America, but it still is a really funny movie. I do like that movie a great deal. And then we've got Dark Knight Fanboy, who recommended me M, Eyes Without a Face, and The Vanishing. I have not seen any of these movies, but I have heard of M and the Vanishing. I definitely have to get a little bit of research done in regards to those films. And it was no surprise that my friend Ian from Ian Blacklock would be reaching out to me and giving me some of his own personal recommendations, and he mentioned 400 Blows, The Red Shoes, and Badlands. I know that Martin Scorsese praises The Red Shoes. That's a movie that has been intriguing me for a couple of years. I definitely should check that one out. And the other ones I'll definitely give a check out as well. And then we've got Han and Kat over at Brews and Reviews, and they didn't really recommend me anything because they aren't as big movie fans as they are book fans, but that's completely fine, ladies. I'm completely okay with that. Although you did recommend me Mulholland Drive. That's a movie that I have known about for years, but still never saw. I just hear that it's so confusing. I don't know if I'm even gonna like it, but maybe one of these days I will definitely check it out. And then we've got a YouTuber who goes by the name of AptJBCFJPPJC10. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but either way, I'm still going to give you the plug. I don't even know if you got any videos on your channel, but you're getting the mention either way. And you mentioned Mephisto, Patch of Blue, and Wings. I have not seen Patch of Blue, or Mephisto, or Wings, but eventually I see myself watching Wings because it is the very first film that did win the Oscar for Best Picture in the very first Oscar ceremony. So thank you all for these amazing choices, and I'm really looking forward to maybe seeing some of these one day. But now let's move on and let you guys know that we're going to be doing the exact same thing as we did in the first part of the first round, and that is when you hear the names of all 10 films that are going to be in the running for this next round, just give me your top 3, even if you hadn't seen them. Give me the top 3 that you are most interested in, and then give me 3 additional recommendations. So without further ado, here are the 10 films in the running for the Great Film Throwback Project 2, An Unexpected Sequel, Round 1, Part 2. And they are Modern Times, 1936. Spartacus, 1960. Easy Rider, 1969. The Searchers, 1956. The Last Picture Show, 1971. Glory, 1989. High Noon, 1952. Double Indemnity, 1944. The Manchurian Candidate, 1962, and American in Paris, 1951. Those are the 10 runners-up for this round. Please give me your 3 top choices in this group, and give me 3 of your additional recommendations. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys back again for Round 1, Part 3 in 2 weeks. I'll see you then. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.